This is engine mechanical first test. Now you may have come here from ignition fuel control testing. Whenever you see the cam and crank signals that are out of alignment, you're going to want to check the engine mechanical. So if you were in ignition fuel control testing and you were looking at a cam and crank signal like we have here on the screen from a Neon, and you look at the alignment and it's not correct, you're going to want to go and come right here to engine mechanical. Because whenever the engine is running rough, has idle problems, it misses, or it has low power, you're going to want to check its mechanical condition. If possible, a quick check of the timing belt may offer clues on what your next step should be. You can see we have a photo here of a horribly worn timing belt, and this engine was still running. Any diagnostic clues that you have will help you make a selection on what test you should do first. And we're going to talk about a cranking or a running compression, engine vacuum, or valve timing. There are some rules that can help you. You must do a cranking compression test before you do a running compression test, because you're going to compare some of the results to each other. Remember, any engine that is running poorly will have low manifold vacuum. You can use a vacuum measurement as a clue about how poorly the engine is running. A good place to begin is by looking at the map signal in scan data and then comparing it to specifications. And don't forget, we just told you a poor running engine has low vacuum, so the map may not be correct, may not be within specs because of that reason. As an example, you'll look up the specs, and your map signal should be 1 volt to 1.7 volts. Analyze this reading in scan data. What does 1.7 volts means? It equals 18 inches of vacuum at sea level, 1.1, 21 inches of vacuum at sea level. So what they're telling you is normal engine vacuum is 18 to 21 inches. Analyze the readings in scan data. 1 volt tells it the engine has strong vacuum. Manifold vacuum is an overall health check. So make sure you analyze the scan data, and it will help guide you in what your next test should be. Because when manifold vacuum is normal at idle, but it's too low during off-idle operation, you're going to want to check things that affect that. And that would be excessive EGR flow, valve timing problems, and as an example, if you have valve timing problems, a running compression test is where you'd want to go. And other things that may lead you to valve timing problems, of course, are backfires. Poor engine operation caused by fuel and ignition systems can cause low vacuum. On newer engines, a map idle of 1 volt may be possible, meaning that we have a nice strong vacuum. Not with a high mileage vehicle. 180,000 miles, we're probably not going to see 20-21 inches of vacuum. There isn't any magic mileage that causes the engine vacuum to drop. It wears over time, and vacuum slowly decreases. There's one thing, a clue that is going to help you tremendously, and look at this photograph. I had to take it when I saw this car. What condition is the vehicle in overall? Has it been maintained or not? Now, if this car was in your bay, would you think that it's a highly maintained vehicle? If you have reason to believe the map signal isn't correct, measure engine vacuum, and that's always a good rule. Use your experience when it comes to deciding what test to do. High mileage vehicles, cranking and running compression test. Poor running engines, engine vacuum. Maybe look at the map. Then cranking and running engine compression test. Crank but no start? Well, cranking compression test, of course. Low power, engine vacuum, and don't forget to look at the map. Then cranking and running compression test. Hopefully, this will help guide you in which engine mechanical test to do first. Engine mechanical problems look like any other drivability problem. Remember, fuel, ignition, and mechanical problems can have all of the same symptoms. Perform the mechanical test to eliminate it as a cause, to eliminate basic engine problems that may cause the same drivability problems that fuel and ignition can cause. You will now be returned to the test selection menu. Make a selection based on your test results.